Yeah. Oh, goodness. So, haven't had power in the last couple days. It's been storming out nonstop. Actually, right when I ended my last stream, it started to rain and storm nonstop. And it seems like I'm about to get a little break in the rain. Like it's raining right now. Thank you, man. But got yelled at today. I got called every name in the book, and then some, by the organizer. He really laid into me today, and it just wasn't me either. I didn't cause it. Hello, Mark. No, he really he came yelling and screaming, calling me every name in the book. Because so there's a plot for like sale this way across the road there, and he's been trying to offload it on someone for a while. And this nice young family show up today. He showed them the plot. They were interested, and then they disappeared. They came back down by themselves. I guess they agreed on buying it, and they came down to talk to some of the neighbors. I was the only person out. I was working on the cabin, which, by the way, the cabin's got walls on it now. Um, and they came to talk to me, and they asked me, what's it like down here? And I asked them, hey, I told them everything. I told them the truth. It's a damn good place to live. I asked them what plot that they're buying, because there's only one for sale down here now. It's the last one. And my heart sunk that he's going to offload that onto them, because they're a young family. Two younger kids, I'd say no more than 10. And I'd say the parents about maybe 30. A young family. And I just told them the truth. Not only that, I got texted my neighbor Ithamar, and he got Jess, my other neighbor, the one with the family and the kids. We become really close. I got a story about them, but it's a good story now. Uh, they came down and we talked to them, and we told them to actually walk the land before they buy that plot, because it's the only plot available. And they're like, "Why? What's wrong with it?" Well, it's not bad enough that you're not you're not going to be able to move on the land at all. Right back to the back, it's all a marsh, and they weren't explained that the ground is a little bit more solid right now because it's kind of dry-ish, not dry enough, but a smaller person can walk on it. They wouldn't really know because the grass compacts on the top. But if you were to bring a camper in there or try to build on it, you're losing the camper. It's going to sink like 2-3 feet into the mud, and you're never going to see it. You're never getting it out. We showed them this by having me walk one step onto the marshy area and sink down to my knee, into my leg. They're like, oh, and it's like that the whole way back. There's no solid ground on that spot. They took the Ithamar, then my neighbor right across from me, then took them to his plot and showed him his road. He had to build a road to the back area of his plot where he's got this one spot that's solid enough to hold the his home up, and that's what he had to build. We had to build that road going from the road across the entire plot, almost a full acre in length, to where he's rested. And then Jess, she showed her where she had to be because all of her plot is the same. Like she's right next to them, and she got the one spot to park her camper. She had to go above the hills, and there's no room for them to do that with theirs because at the end of their plot where the marsh ends, that's where Ben's plot begins. So they got no spot to park back there. And it's not only that. I told them it's not just that too, because it's so marshy down here. It's bad where I am during the summer, but it's worse here because you got the marshiness, are the bugs, the black flies, and the mosquitoes. It's so bad where I am. I can't sit there for 10 minutes without getting drained dry. But it's at least the solid ground. It's so bad here. You could climb up the air grabbing onto mosquitoes. That's how bad it is down there. The neighbors and we told them this stuff. I think everybody down here was here talking to them and just warning them about that spot. He shouldn't even try to sell it. Then when there's an actual decent spot up the hill that they could take, right by right by Aubrey and Jason. It's just he's trying to unload this one off here. And they went up there and they just said, no deal, we're not taking that spot. We need some. We'll take somewhere else, but we're not buying that spot. It's a ripoff. Oh yeah, Moosey Moo, come here. Uh, I'll show you what it is when she comes back with it. It's her pig. She's got a lot of toys. Come on, Moose, I'll throw it again. She wants me to play fetch. But yeah, that's the thing is, they've been warned. It's her pig. It's her outdoor pig. This is the one she's allowed to keep outside because it's not gonna break. Oof. But yeah, when that happened, I guess he blamed me because I don't know, like half an hour after they went back up the hill, he came buzzing down, like ripping up the roads on his ATV, and I'm still outside working on the cabin. Jumps off of it and just starts calling me every name in the book he can think of. You effing this, you effing that, you mother effer, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what's wrong, man? What did I do to you? Like, did you not have your coffee today or something? It was horrible. Like, it's not like we didn't cost them a sale because they're buying into the other spot up here. It's just we prevented them from getting a crap spot, and we stopped them from offloading a spot that really you can't move on. Yeah, no, that's the point. Is he wanted to offload it? He wants that spot offloaded on someone, and have it become their problem. And no one down here is going to let that happen. No one down here is going to let them get stuck with something that is that bad. During springtime, that's not even a spot anymore. It's a lake. Like, the whole area is about knee deep high water. Yes, he does. He's trying to offload it. He's just trying to offload it. He wants the money for it. I've learned a lot about him. He doesn't really care about the people up here. He cares about the dollars that go with it. And it upsets me because up here is a great community. There's great people up here. So yeah, I'm pretty good friends with my neighbor. I wanted to get into the pug good story now. I'm friends with the neighbors who I initially had issues with when they first came up here. The lady with 5 kids, the ones that wanted the spot that I was on. We talked it out, and I've been helping them out. Like, we helped them build their driveway so she could get onto the plot. Helped them do that stuff. Uh, she came down to talk to me a couple days back and asked, am I having a mouse problem down here? Because their camper is having, they're getting mice in the camper, lots and lots of mice. And I said, uh, there was a lot of mice down in my area at first, but then my dog is a little psychopathic killer. She's now killing them and piling them up out in front of the front door, like 5, 10 at a time. And so we went over there today with Moose, and Moose and I went to work. I let Moose play in her field and do her thing. After that, we were loading up traps for mice to put around their camper, put around all the little mouse holes up there. I was there for like 2-3 hours, and Moose had fun. She got about 20 mice, 25 mice, a nice big a pile of mice. She was just, her hunting instincts were. Yeah, no, the mice are having a moose problem. I swear she has single handedly ended the genetic line of a couple hundred mice. She just doesn't go after the older mice. She goes after women and children and the elderly and the infirm. She doesn't discriminate. Behind these cute furry eyes beats the heart of a killer, right? Hey, Tech. Yeah, no, but yeah, we become pretty good friends, and we're gonna do it sometime soon. I want to do. We went up to the other day. We went up to Moose scared me by chewing on her pig. My neighbor needed some help loading up wood. The one thing about the Mennonite wood, it's cheap, but you got to load it yourself. And Aubrey's 70. He needed some help, and he bought what himself. He bought 20 panels of particle board, um, 62 by fours, because he's working on his place up there, and he needs someone to load. So I went up there, and they only take cash. I had $20 in my pocket, and the particle board, it is a 4 foot particle board by 12 foot particle. It's 4 by 12 foot. These are big honking things of particle board, and they're like the really thick ones. They're the really very very thick ones, properly treated particle board that they make right out of the sawmill. I put videos of the Mennonite sawmill up there, but one sheet of that particle board at the hardware store is $25. At the Mennonite, each sheet is $2. That's kind of an incredible steal. I got 6 boards from them, um, and they're 2 by 4s. Their 2 by 4s are only 50 cents a board, and they're 12 foot long 2 by 4s. So I got myself 10 of those. Like it's kind of shocking how cheap the wood is through the Mennonite, and like I could have built that whole shack that I did without harvesting all the wood, probably for under $100. If I had just bought the wood, but so I spent $20 on building that shack. Didn't even spend money on the nails though, like the screws and the nails. I just harvested those from. Thank you very much, Danger. I just harvested the nails and the screws from pallets. But yeah, right now the shack is completely enclosed. I'm working on a door for it, a really really thick, heavy door. I'm gonna be cutting down one of the particle boards to use as a door. I'm gonna put some wood blocks in between, and then spray foaming it and sealing it shut with some. I'm thinking I'm gonna use Tamarac's slabs, really seal it in so it's a heavy duty insulated door. But as it is right now, I'm working on insulation of the shack. I'm putting the insulation on the back wall and in there, and I'm going to be sealing that up with particle board. So it'll be behind the particle board, and then she's done. Hello, Robert. And we'll have to do a tour of the shack very very soon. Again, it is very rustic. I'm still trying to figure out what I should do for the siding. I'm thinking I might make it look more like a log cabin, and just split some wood down grab some tamarack, split the woods, and just use the bark covered pieces to do the siding and the roofing. But I have I need 300 feet of greenhouse plastic to greenhouse my camper in. I've got 450 feet. I think if I use about 100 feet of that greenhouse plastic, I will plastic just like the housing wrap, you can get from the hardware store. It's like this black housing wrap. It helps waterproof. I'll do that with the greenhouse plastic there, and then over top of it, nail down some the tamarack slabs. Thank you for that. The flying Otis. So I was a crane operator years ago, but I got sick, seizures and whatnot. Turns out it's multiple sclerosis, which sucks for me. Fought for disability. Finally, I'll be able to apply again at the beginning of next year, which will probably get it this time. But yeah, I'm not homeless though. I want a job. I want a job. I hate not having a job, and I've been looking. I've been looking. Like I was lucky when I was left Toronto for Sudbury. I found a job at the outdoor store that was part time, but it was still something. But I'll tell you what happened to me. Not yesterday, day before yesterday. So that's Thursday, and I'm very salty about it. I had a job interview at Dollarama on Thursday, the dollar store, my favorite store in the world. I'm angry at Dollarama. Went in, did my interview. It went great, and I thought they were gonna hire me. And I started talking about the accommodations because I've got MS. There's days that I can't walk, and I have seizures. They're not a symptom of MS, kind of like a byproduct. Weird stuff happens when your brain starts to rot, you know? And I told them I might need a special accommodation here and there. Like, there's sometimes my legs will just give out in front of me. I don't get hurt, I get back up. Or I feel dizzy, or I start getting a metallic taste in my mouth. I'm about to have a small seizure. I've just got to sit down for a few minutes, make sure I'm okay. And that's when they just shut the interview down. That's when, we're not willing to take someone on with your disabilities at this point in time. So I could have got there and started working for day one and then say, I got to sit down for a minute. I need some accommodation. They can, okay, they would have just said, get out the door. And the worst part that hurt more than anything above all else wasn't that they did that. It's the fact that they're hurting for people. They have 10 open positions. They are severely understaffed. And I'm not good enough for them. Hey, Mort. That's what hurts more than anything is I wasn't good enough for them. And when they made your mind up about you, it's one thing or another. You know, like when I was homeless, it was hell trying to find a job. They, you got to prove your identity, so you give them your social insurance number with an piece of ID to go on it. And my ID used to say NFA on it, no fixed address. The second they saw that, any chances of getting a job at that company, hey Moose, get your butt over here, just disappears. It just disappears right away. So, in the situation I am now, I do what I can to help out people around the area just to make myself feel useful. It's not a job where I get paid money, but I do get satisfaction out of like helping the neighbors build a house, build a road, and it does lead to a little bit of income here and there. Like that's how I met the guy who builds the tiny homes down that way. He's called me up to help him once. Hey Moose, come here, Moose. Honk honk. Moosey Moo, come. Uh, Town Drunk Junior. I disagree. I disagree. I at one point in my life I was making six figures, my friend. Jobs are not just about money; they're about accomplishment, and personal satisfaction. It feels good getting rewarded for your efforts. It's mentally healthy to get to work. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But even then, I'm trying to figure. Like, always look on the lookout for something. I'm thinking about right now, even applying for a couple more moose tags and sell a few guided hunting trips onto the crown land. That could be an option. Just something. Oh, dude, I was in construction too, man. Exactly. See, I went all through the whole apprenticeship process and I was a crane operator, man. The tower crane, downtown Toronto, Mimico area. I helped contribute to the city skyline. Mimico area, 103 and 105 and 15 Windermere. I helped put those buildings up. I'm not taking credit for all the crap that went on in the buildings because the company kept outsourcing the work to subcontractors who wanted to nickel and dime everything and put bloody plastic O-rings on instead of like plastic gaskets instead of metallic the copper gaskets, and they all ended up exploding. That's not my fault. I did my job. The buildings aren't going to fall down. It's not impossible to do, man. It's just simple apprenticeship, like a lot of things in the West. Get onto a company that'll take you on as an apprentice. Start apprenticing. They'll send you to do some university. There are some classes you have to take, geometry and whatnot, mathematics, and a lot of safety training. But it's not as difficult as you think. Tech. About that, I already collect them. Um, Not many people in the area. They don't really leave the area that much. I already collect them. I do that if they with the garbage and whatnot. I will walk up the hill, grab all their empties to return, as well as their other garbage. And when I go to town, I'll just get rid of the garbage at the recycling dump and keep the cans for myself and get return the empties. I've actually done that a couple days ago already. Well, the cabin's easy. The cabin is not that high, and for the camper where I do live is also easy. I've got a ladder. Um, Now, speaking of snow, it snowed last night. Not even past the first week in September, and it's snowing already. It snowed last night at about 3 in the morning. There was first snowfall of not even the winter. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Still upset, but you got seeds all over your face, you little monster. Yeah, I don't care. You're not gonna like what I'm about to do, but you got the seeds on your face. Yeah, yeah, moose. Yep. There we go. I got the monster back. Right, moose. Okay. Don't bite. Don't chew me. I love kitties too. It's kind of funny though. My neighbor Jason. Uh, My neighbor up the hill, Jason, went up to see him. He got himself a dog, about the same size as a moose, and I'm like, I recognize this dog from somewhere. Guess what? My neighbor Jason has Moose's litter mate, Moose's sister. Not like not up here, tech. Like you're talking about the aluminum, like the food cans. There's no place. There's no recycling center up here at all. The only cans you can return this far up here are the empties, like the beer cans and whatnot. The other cans, they don't. There's no return center for them. The only things you can return are the ones with the deposit. You take care, Emery. Very nice of you to say so. You have a great day. Do you want a pig? Go get it. Oh shit. Oh no, what did I do? I'm sorry, Moose. I'll help. I'll help. You ever see a pig in a tree? Now you have. But since we're up, I'll give you a quick preview on what the cabin's looking like. Move it, puppy booty. Ta-da. Quick preview. Just like, besides my pathways, I cut nowhere because this is prime grouse and pheasant hunting area. It's where they live. It's where the birds I hunt live. So it's nice just being able to go out the front door of the camper. Any better? Any better? Basically, yeah. Just go outside with the slingshot and come right where I'm sitting now. One, sit right here with my slingshot, wait to see the movement, and bow. Get myself dinner. But that's why I want to keep it all as naturalized as possible, just for the animals. I just got a slingshot. I just got my slingshot and metal ball bearings. They work. They work well. The next thing I would eventually like to get is a compound bow. There's one that's checked it out when I went to town on Friday. There is one that it's 250 bucks, but it's a 100-pound bow. That's gonna have some like crazy power. That's like a moose hunting bow. Well, I If I was to make a trip out to Timmins, uh, I get rides into town and whatnot when one of my neighbors are going. But if I was to, let's say, wanted to make a trip out to Timmins, I'd have to pay for that, and I'd have to give my neighbor $50 to take me there and back to pay for the gas. It'd take $1 per pound for it to be worth it. I'd have to have a minimum of 100 pounds of cans. Yeah, yeah, no, that's more. I was thinking slowly save up for it, and we've got the moose tags for the fall, so we're gonna be doing a moose hunt. One neighbor's got the gun license. I have. It'd be nice. I've got the tags, and we're gonna split the meat 4 ways. But it'd be nice to, have two of us go in at it. One with the bow, one with the gun. And I really want to get the moose. That's like the year's worth of meat for me. Oh, nah. I was last stream I did Thursday. I was very angry. I was fighting not to flip out and just blow up. I got back and I was fighting off rage and tears as when they told me, "Oh, we're not going to take a person on with your disabilities." It just made me feel this big. Um, I'm going to tell you, the only cans I have ever collected up here ain't soda cans. Uh, the neighbors don't bring them back, so I collect their empties, their beer cans, and each can gets you 10 cents. Every 10 cans is $1. Um, I walk around usually after the weekends and collect them. So whenever I do go to town, I bring them back. I think I'll be going to town on Wednesday again, and I've got about I'd say sorry I've got 150 of them saved up. I'll take those back and I'll use that money for. I would say I run to the dollar store, but I'm not going to the dollar store. I'm gonna have to go to the dollar store eventually, but not soon. I love BTC. Oh yeah, no. Honestly, the people up here are pretty dang wild. Like not that way wild, like woo, not that kind of wild, but the ones that have kids up here, which is this person up there, the one beside her with the 6 kids, she's got 2, Jess has got 5, Ben has got 3 with him, Kim has 4. The new people have the new people that are moved in right there have 2. Oh, that's another story. Is we got them in. We got them in. They're in the back of the bush now on their plot. Someone's got that plot right there. The organizer, tried to charge them $1,000 to put in a road just covering the culvert, and they said no, we're not going to pay that. So he didn't put it in. He didn't get the guy there. We talked to the guy going to put the road in. And he says he was going to be a 2-hour job, like $100 at most. But they didn't have that guy come in. They listened to me. They were very reasonable people. The organizer wanted me to They want see they had there's a spot back there with a clearing they wanted in. Past this clearing where the woods start is their plot. He said they want it back there, so I have to cut all this down, or he's going to charge me $1,000 to put in the road for them. I laughed at that. I laughed at that. I'm not putting. I don't got $1,000 for them to pay. My account was like negative. Was 41 cents in my account at the time, and I like my trees. That's for snow blockage. It wasn't them saying it. It was him trying to get money off of them and have me do some work for him, trying to con me, taking all that stuff down. But they listened to me when they got in here. They asked if they could cut across the front yard. And I'm like, yeah, you can, but you're not getting in there because there's trees this way. And he brought out a chainsaw. I was like, oh, so can you find out what trees you want I can cut down? It's like, so anything past my trailer you can't cut, anything in front of it, go for it. And it's probably like 3 or 4 trees you can cut down. You can get through the back access where there's a clearing and drive your camper right into the woods. It was raining when they came in. He had a chainsaw. Corey brought his 2 chainsaws out, and we went to cut it. We cut down 2 of the trees on my property and made it so they could get in there. And then the 3 of us sat at the back there just screaming, timber, timber, for about an hour. We cleared them out a nice spot at the back, cut down the logs, laid the logs on the ground, and they got the camper back, backed it up on there, used their ramp. They put down with some sheet wood, used it as a ramp to get up on the logs and park their camper there. So they're up at the front, but we cleared out a nice chunk of trees there for them. They're actually really nice people. They've got 2 kids. They weren't unreasonable. It was the organizer who was being unreasonable. Oh, hello, Nicola. Yeah, no. They were really nice people too. I, but by the end of it, we were all soaked, and I had to keep taking a break because it was a bad day for my legs. I was in pain all day, but like 4 hours worth of work. They were not only in, but they had their spot cleared out, and they asked if I could read through the clearing if they could use a small area on my land where it's clear so they can get sun for their solar and charge. It's like, yeah, I don't care. Put your solar on there. You're not moving onto the spot. You're just a couple of panels. You need some sunlight. It is right on the border. I don't care. I just don't want to share a plot with you and your kids. I don't care. And I warned them. I was like, you guys, I go through all the woods back here, and especially where you are, be very careful. Um, I've got trails for the whole back areas, right? And I found a few farm dumps. I found a few graves, and there's remnants of like an 80, 100-year-old barbed wire fence, cattle fence that goes from the road up there all the way to the back, all the way up, and it cuts through their lot there. So be very wary about letting your kids play until you inspect the grounds. And I said, oh, but the other thing is that I've got my little pasture area up here where it's really high growing on my lot. I would appreciate that not to be a play area for the kids. Anywhere above here is fine for me, but at the back there, I use that. That's an animal sanctuary I use for things to eat, for the birds. And yeah, they were cool with it. They're good peoples. Actually, one thing is I had a. They've come out a couple times when I had a nice big fire going. They've got no firewood yet. They asked where I got my big wood pile from. So if you go into the woods, into the bush here, you'll see some blue tarps. I've got 8 cords of wood cut, chopped, and stacked in wrapped in tarps for the winter. They're asking how much did that cost? I was like, what, $1,000, $2,000? Nope, 200, less than $200. Mennonite, you order it from them, they'll deliver it. You might have to order it really, really soon if you want it by the end of September. Mine wasn't supposed to come until the beginning of September, but they brought it early. They for $200, they'll bring down 3 horses and buggies, 3 horse-drawn carriages full of wood. They'll offload it and stack it for you, and they'll even wrap it in a tarp. I'm pretty prepared. I'm fairly prepared. I've got 300 pounds of propane, a wood burning stove, and I just need to do the wrap, plastic wrap on the camper, and I'll be good. I'll be more than good. Like, winter ain't nothing. I've done the coldest weather you can imagine in a $30 Walmart tent. Now I'm doing it with four walls and a heater. So this is what I've got for preparations: 300 pounds of propane, the propane heater in the camper, the wood burning stove for outside, and the backup kerosene heater. And for kerosene, I have 15. I got 50 liters of kerosene. 50. And each fill up, to fill the lamp up, it takes 1 liter of kerosene. So there's 50 fill ups. One fill up of the kerosene on the heat lamp, if you burn it nonstop, will burn for 7 days. And the heat it puts off is beautiful. With it, you get the more expensive kerosene. There's not a smell to it. It doesn't smell. It does smell at first until the heating element gets really, really hot. I have an electric blanket. I still have an electric blanket, an electric sleeping bag, in fact. It plugs into a USB power bank. I have a good fire extinguisher. I'm not having my house burned down. I This is home, and I'm telling you, that's no matter what I build here. I'm going to build a huge cabin right on the spot I'm sitting right now. No matter what I build here, I'm always gonna that camper's the home for the rest of my life. The cabins are that one up there was just a test, but it'll be for when I have a person over, a guest over. I'll have a place for them to sleep. That one is very rustic. The next one I'm going to do is going to be a lot nicer. Now that I know how long it'll take to harvest all the wood, but yeah, yeah. No, I'm prepared for winter. My goal now is just more supplies. I just got $80 worth of supplies when we went to town on Friday. I had $80 to use that was given by Mark. I use it all for supplies. I got a bunch of dried meats from the Bussieri. Got myself. No, I don't have to have dinner now. I just ate a mosquito. I got myself they're like 1,500 grams too. A big salami. I got myself two of those. Two of the smoked and cured packs of pepperoni. They last for like 2-3 years in storage. And and what else was it? And a bag of beef jerky, like cured beef jerky, and a nice big heavy bag of it. And now all that's not for now. That is for winter. What I'll do with the beef jerky in the winter is I'll do a lot of stews and stick to your rib meals that heat you up from the inside. Like I'll get a fire going or start the stove or even use the. That's why I like the kerosene heater. It doubles as a cook surface. Get a pot of water on there. Cut out like 4 or 5 potatoes, maybe 3, 4 potatoes or less. Throw it in there with an onion and some beef jerky. Cut the beef jerky up to throw a nice big handful in there. A little bit of salt and pepper and cook it for hours until the potatoes break down and it turns into an almost cream stew. It tastes like a pot roast when you do that. The potatoes will just slowly break down and make it a very thick, creamy stew. The onions will break down, and the meat will rehydrate and give you some protein and flavor in the stew. It kind of just tastes like a pot roast. Like, if you were to make yourself a pot roast at home, throw some, cut yourself off a piece of the pot roast, put some, all the fixings on it, like a little bit of the juices from the pot roast with the onions on, and mashed potatoes on top. Eat it. That's what it tastes like. It's a very hearty, stick to your ribs meal that doesn't taste bad. It's one of those meals that you can. Okay, let's say it's going to be cold over the night. Yeah, I need money to go shopping at the dollar store. I want to. I'll probably when I get. I have $170 coming on the 21st. That is from YouTube. I'll be going back to the dollar store. There's something I can't get anywhere else but the dollar store. They sell cans of corned beef for $3. $3. You damn right I'm going back to the dollar store just for that. I'm not. I'm not ashamed. Like you guys are gonna treat me like crap. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna shop here. You're not gonna hurt me. Like I know they don't care. They want the money. But I've been treated far worse. At least the staff are kind. The staff is great. Yeah, they didn't hire me. Whatever. But I've been treated far worse for far less. I in Toronto, just going to the Thorncliffe Plaza. I did a shop. I got my cart right in front of me. I'm sitting down on the bench with my big pickle bag open, packing my bag out of the cart, and then the security tells me to get the F off the property or I'm going to get arrested and they're going to beat the crap out of me. And just going in there, same place, at the pharmacy, I was grabbed by a rent-a-cop, by a security guard in there. And that's a story I told you guys before. I was sitting, charging my stuff. Well, at the plaza, I had just went in there to the pharmacy, got my medication. They're processing the order, so I'm waiting out on the bench. And I'm standing up, and I get grabbed by one of the security guards. He grabs me, and I like pull back and give a good push like this to get him off me. Get him in the chest, knocks the wind out of him. He goes on the ground, and the other security guard's like, "You're gonna get arrested. You don't need to be in here. This is not a place for fucking bums." Yeah, I looked a little bit rough back then, but they didn't need to do that. Like, I'm a customer. Look at this medication, waiting for my meds. Oh, tech. Up here is a lot better than the cities. The people are kinder. Like, there's a thrift stop. I don't know if I told you this yet, but uh, there's a thrift store in town, and I got to tell you the whole story. But there's a girl that works at the thrift store. I've been casually flirting with, I guess you'd call it, very casually. I like the thrift stores. And a girl that works, she's really pretty. She's got like tattoos down her arms. Really nice eyes, really, really pretty eyes. And I don't know why I said it. One of the last times I went there, I kept making this stupid joke when I was getting ready to leave. I just kept popping in my mind. I just kept making a stupid joke over and over and over again. I was like, "Oh yeah, I just rolled in from out of town doing a quick shop. Just gonna roll down this aisle. Gonna roll down over here. Anyways, I'm out. Gotta roll out." And she's okay. Let me see you to the door. Oh God. Oh yeah, the humiliation. The humiliation. Oh fuck. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. She opens the. Hi, Moose. She opens the thing to leave the back of the counter, and she rolls out in a wheelchair. She is in a wheelchair. She's in a wheelchair. And I don't know what the heck what the hell I was doing with that joke. I don't know what made me start saying it. Hi, Moose. I love you too. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, fuck off. Seriously. Yeah. Ryan, honest, I've always got a bank. Of course, I've got a bank. I'm okay, honestly. I'm not doing horribly. Okay, shit. Oh, shit. Who doesn't have a bank account? Okay, 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 okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. Uh, well, if it's Canada, I'm in Canada, so Zell and that doesn't work. I've got an email address that's in my YouTube bio, R1988BON uh, BON R1988BON at gmail.com. It's in my YouTube bio. I won't say no. Every dollar helps. I do need more supplies. Yeah, that's I only transfers work, but that's the address that's hooked to my account. I've always had a bank account. Never not had a bank account. You guys see? You see this? This is a very common occurrence with her. She's not a lap dog. She's a shoulder dog. I appreciate it, Ryan. I really do. Honestly, I really do. Moose, seriously, dog. Are you done? Ouch. What are you hunting? Oh, that hurt. That really hurt. Oh, she got herself a mouse. You little shit. Yeah, she just killed a mouse. Oh, that's my little monster. She just used me to get a better vantage point and just hunted down a mouse. She was in the murder mood. Did you use me for a vantage point? She's like, I'm her sniper nest. She likes to kill them. It's a dachshund in her. Dachshunds are they're hunting dog. In fact, the dachshunds are a really neat breed of dog. They're bred to hunt badgers specifically. Is they will jump into the hole, dig their way through it, and to grab the badger and drag it out by its neck. She's also got the herding dog instinct. That's why she wants to stick by me. But she is very effective at the mousing, the killing all the mice. I see you there, Moose. Here she comes. There is the brave little hunter, who's now covered in seeds. See, I don't. Some people would like, especially in the cities, would try to discourage that kind of behavior, stop the dog from being a dog. Hey, enough. I know. I don't want to discourage her from being a dog. And she's in a very fortunate position to be an animal, and she's got all this area to play around on. Yeah, I love you too. You got all the crap in your fur. Okay, it's coming out. I don't care. It's coming out. You're gonna wait while I pull it out. You always do this, Moose. Yeah, I know you hate it. I know. But I don't want these seeds in bed. Nah. That's my moose. She's fighting me right now because I'm pulling seeds out of her fur. It's happening. Yeah, I did it. What do you know? Oh, shit. Um, Not really, no. Yeah, Jason. Jason, he's the newest guy up here. He should be able to do some winter prep this month because we just finished building his place. He's one of the people like from scratch. I helped him build his house. He let me design it for him because he didn't know what he was doing. He was living in a tent when he first got here, but he's lucky. He's on ODSP. He put $500 a month in his place. We built him a 12 by 10 for him and his wife. We just all the walls are done. The insulation is done. He just needs to do the final touches of the place. He needs to put the sheet board up on the inside and put a door up, and then his place is done. But he doesn't realize. See, he doesn't drive, like much like myself. Moose. No, and I'm trying to tell him, get some money behind you and go start preparing for winter. You got to prep winter stuff. Like, I'm not saying you're going to be warm in here, but there's going to be times where you can't get to town for a month. That's what I was told. I don't drive, and last year a few of the people got snowed in for like a month before they got dug out, and you need to have a month worth of supplies ready to go. I'm trying to get him to do that right now. I'd say I could survive off of what I got 3 weeks, but I know it's going to happen. I'm going to get stuck in the middle of up here with no way to get to town for at least a month. And winter's pretty much already started. The main road gets plowed, but the organizer is lazy. He's supposed to be plowing the side roads here. He doesn't. He'll just let the snow pile up. And when he does, he just drives a pathway down it, and he'll bury your car. He'll bury your car. The highway gets shut down more than anything. It's the Northland up here. They shut down the highways for like a week, 2 weeks at a time when it's too snowy and icy to drive. Oh, dude, you didn't have. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Oh, 6 o'clock already. Moose! And again, Ryan, thank you very much. I just got it. I will deposit it once this is over. I can't open multiple things. Well, here's the thing. It's not going to be like that this winter. Last winter, Corey was the only one on the road here, and he did the whole road by himself with a small plow. He's bought two. The man's got money though, like an ungodly amount of money. He used to own a cattle farm with 1,000 heads of cattle, but he went and bought himself two very large plows, the push plows, where a trip up and back will do the whole road. So I suspect this winter it'll be me walking next to him doing the plowing of our road. I'm pretty good. Now tech. It snowed last night. That's what you got. Just realize that it snowed last night. I said, yeah. Thank you again, Ryan. Thank you very much. I just got the email. Yep. I've got it. I screenshotted it. But well, thank you very much, Ryan. If I do, I will do that. No, but yeah, it was pretty bad. Like it was 3 in the morning. It's been raining for the last few days nonstop. It was raining all day today. This has just been clear like this for the last hour since I started streaming. Really, it was raining when I first came out. Um, but last night it was about 3 a.m. Dog wanted to go out to poop, and I can't not take her to poop when she's got to poop. And it was snowing out, and it wasn't a heavy one, but it wasn't a light one either. It was wet snow, but there was still a little bit of white on the ground. And it's the first week of September. Hey, Johnny Half. And again, thank you again. That'll okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'll probably grab some dried meat when I go to town. I'll grab another one of the probably dried beef jerky and maybe spend $10 to $20 on the dog for some toys because I spoil her too much. She doesn't get so I don't with her. I don't treat train. I think her diet is good enough without treats. With her for her food for about 2 3 months supply, it's about $20, and her food is the best quality food you could imagine. Her food comes from the Mennonite. I go to the Mennonite store, and up here it's dirt cheap. I watch them make the dog food. Like they take the offcuts of the cow, the hearts, chicken, and pork as well. They throw it in their smokehouse, and they dry the crap out of it. So it's like there's no moisture left in it at all. They put it in their mill, and they turn it into like a flour, and then they add some tallow into it, almost like a pemmican without the berries. And they do the same. They add dried vegetables and whatnot in there too. Add it into the slurry, put it into the molds, the little itty bitty dog food molds, and they let it sit there for a couple hours, where it solidifies. Pop it out and do that a couple hundred times, and they make these big bags of dog food. That is the best dog food you can get. Legit, just meat, and it's dirt cheap. Oh no, man! It's believe it or not, as well, if you're not shopping in the grocery stores, you can get stuff up here dirt cheap. Like I've noticed, the one grocery store I will go to is the independent grocery store. Even that, it's way too pricey. A bag of apples is $20 now. But for meat, there are two places to go. Is one is the Bussieri. They're cheaper because they're half native owned, so they can also sell wild meat. Um, and ooh, look at that! Is that a ring neck? No, no. I'm sorry. I say it's pretty cheap up here. It's pretty cheap up here. As long as you're not shopping in the grocery store. The like the beef jerky at the Bussieri. The Bussieri is a French half-owned native butcher shop. They also smoke products in there. Um, I did the math. You get about one bag of their beef jerky is 8 pounds, which is reconstituted. That's like 11 pounds worth of meat, and it's pretty good stuff. Same with their pepperoni. For $16, you get a bag of 50 of the pepperoni sticks that are about yay long, yay thick. I can tell you like smoking products. Hey, Moosey Moo, come here. I can hear my neighbor yelling at his dogs. I'm gonna have to. I'm actually gonna have to run. I think you need some help. Oh, it's an 8 pound bag. It's an 8 pound bag. I think when you make jerky, you lose like a third of its weight. Um, for the 8 pound bag, it is $20. I'm doing okay. I can't complain. If I did complain, no one would care. That's a joke. But yeah, no, it's for the 8 pound bag. It is $20 even. And again, they do it all in house. Yeah, no, that's why I get there. And also, it depends. Oh, hi, Moose. You decided to grace me with your prayer saying, holy shit. Holy shit. Do you want a hug? Okay, I'll give you your hug. You needed a hug? Jesus. Oh, I would say go try the Mennonite stores, but not in southern Ontario. Um, the Mennonite stores down there, their prices are like 4 or 5 times the prices up here. There's more people shopping there than here. For to get to the Mennonite store for me, we got to drive with the neighbor about 30 minutes out of town, then to go down one of these side roads for another hour and a half to get to the Mennonite store. It's like legit middle of nowhere, no main highways around. They're not like the ones in southern Ontario where you just go right there. They got their storefronts. They're more expensive, but these ones, I've got this. It's a brick of meat, like it's like a whole, I'd say roast of some sort of beef. It's just it's a brick of meat. It's in my storage. What they did was they long smoked it, so the thing turns into like a solid brick of meat. They said it takes like 7 or 8 days to smoke, and they do that when they're doing their big process. So they'll do these chunks at the top rafter. It'll smoke over like 7 days and turn it into a solid brick of meat. How you use it is you take your saw and you cut off a little bit of meat and you reconstitute it, or you use it in a stew and let it rehydrate over like 8 hours of cooking. It adds protein and value to their meal. It's their storage. Each brick is like 10 pounds, and they only charge like $12 for the damn thing. Yeah. Well, we when I went down there, I brought the dog, and she made a best friend. This big German Shepherd. She fell in love with her. She thought it was her mom. Yeah. And same thing. Like when the states were having their egg problem, like $20 for a dozen eggs. Yeah. I'm sorry, bud, but I can get 50 eggs for $4 here, and they're the kind you can just leave out because they're fresh laying, never washed. You just have to get to the Mennonite store, and we only get to make that trip when the neighbor's going, and he remembers to stop off to say hi to me. But whenever he goes, he's usually there going down there to buy wood and building supplies because again, the 4x12 sheet boards, the particle boards. They make them right at the Mennonite sawmill as well. Those things are $20 a pop at the hardware stores. Even in the hardware stores in town, they're $20 a pop. Right from the Mennonite, the guys who are making it, $2. $2 per particle board, and it's the extra thick one. Same with 2x4s. Some 12-foot 2x4s. From the Mennonite, they're 50 cents a piece. Canada. I'm up north, northern Ontario. Well, still, that for $4.99 American per dozen, so $5. That's like $8 Canadian. For what you're paid there, I could get 100 eggs. That's actually one of the things in my winter storage is eggs. I boil them, a little bit of salt and vinegar in a jar with water. Just let them stay there. Why are you shaking, Moose? Her whole body's shaking. You got something you got to kill? You're not cold, are you? It's not cold out. What are you so focused on? Huh? What are you so focused on? Yeah, well, cannabis, it's pretty brutal, and it depends where you're located. Like, literally, these are the farms I'm getting it from. 400 bucks a week. Uh, yeah. My grocery bill this month, I did a shop. I'm still not through everything, but I bounced around a lot. Um, Grocery store, dollar store, the butchery, and the Mennonite. I spent 100 bucks on groceries this month. I'm still not through everything. I should be finishing everything. Moose, where the heck do you think you're going? Because we don't talk about politics here. Where do you think you're going, huh? Why are you creeping around like a psychopath? What's freaked you out so much, huh? You got seeds on your belly now. What you doing? Yeah, you're not sleeping in the bed tonight. I'm sorry, but you're sleeping on the floor. You're covered in seeds. There's no snuggling up to me tonight. I'm gonna have to brush you for like 3 hours tonight. Like you're a monster. Even more seeds. I do love some cabbage. Yeah, that's why. Ouch. I do love cabbage. Um, so I got a fun story. Not, it sucks for me. It's harvest time on my garden. I figured I would only be getting some black radish and white radish out of it. They've been growing for the last 3 months. I got nothing out of it. I harvested, and my radishes were like that big. My radishes were super successful. They were like the size of a pin. So successful. Yeah, they didn't really work. Yeah, so I've been using the dollar store to my advantage. I'm trying to do like one, if I'm lucky, 2 meals a day. If I grab a cabbage, I'll try to grab 2 or 3 cabbages. They're $5 a piece, but each cabbage that's 4 meals. Cut it into four, chop it down, and give it a good fry with some chili peppers and whatnot. That's good. I like that. or do that, put an egg on top for some protein, fry the cabbage up, a little bit of rice, spicy fried cabbage, fry an egg, put it on top. Got my protein, got carbs, got my greens. Yeah, I tried. Here's the thing, I've learned a lot. Next year will be different. I'm putting a greenhouse up over my camper this year so I stay warm in the winter. When this winter's over, I'm going to cut the two of the posts off so I can slide it out and put the greenhouse up where my garden was. I put my garden up 4 times this year. Started in May, it died because it frosted. Like halfway through May. June, I had cabbages and watermelon and all that growing. And then the fucking organizer decided to come down and run through my garden with his goddamn ATV to show off when he first got the damn thing, and he got stuck in my damn garden. Legit. He couldn't turn the damn thing around, so he drives right into my garden, right in the middle of it, starts turning around and gets his wheels stuck and spinning him. Killed my garden that way. Again, the neighbors did the same thing. They backed up onto half of my garden and killed it. Got it all fixed up, things replanted each time. Then it flooded. We had a we had a lot of rain this year. It My garden flooded really badly. Like it drowned the whole garden out. That killed the garden completely. I replanted everything again. It was growing. It flooded again. Didn't really kill it all. There were still things growing. They were good. Unfortunately, we had a frost night and a rain again, which killed the rest of the garden. Got really pissed off. Then my neighbor came over. He helped me replant the garden with some cabbages and radishes, and it that's what I got there. And the plants failed. They failed to mature and grow. I am fortunate though. I've got 25 gallons worth of pickled cucumbers. I got about another week to wait till they're usable. Oh, all the soil here is this beautiful, rich black topsoil. I The only thing I can't say was not completely it wasn't completely unsuccessful. I took a couple handfuls of seeds and threw them in the back of the woods here. Just threw them, cucumber seeds. I had too many cucumber seeds. Just wanted to get rid of them. Threw them through the back area of the woods here, and lo and behold, the one I didn't give a shit about that I just threw there, didn't care about, they grew. I ended up getting the it's a Ford F-150 pickup truck. I filled the whole bed of pickup truck with cucumbers. I kept 25 gallons for myself. That was 5 buckets worth, the five gallon buckets worth, and turning them into pickles, 5 different flavors. And I gave the rest away to the neighbors. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21. So 25, 50, 70, 100. If you're putting it into gallons, it was about 125 gallons worth of pickles, or worth of cucumbers. Oh no, no! But next year it's going to be different. I've got a lot of topsoil here. It's beautiful, rich black earth. I've got my neighbor gave me 450 feet of greenhouse plastic. I'm gonna greenhouse my whole camper over for the winter. Wood burning stove in the greenhouse to heat the air, and that's how I'm gonna make it through the winter. When spring comes next year, I'm gonna cut the two back beams off of the greenhouse, slide it out from the camper, and I'm gonna move it to where my garden is, seal it back up, and that's gonna be my greenhouse for the year. I'll use use that to grow in this year. I think it's gonna have to be a greenhouse, just so it has to be a greenhouse. No other way. But oh, I fish all the time. Uh, there were a few weeks back there I was living off of nothing but pike. There's supposed to be bass in the lake, but I can walk. It was easier when I had the bike, but I had a seizure, fell off the back, bent the tire. It sucked. But if I walk that way, it's about an hour and a half walk to the lake. 5-minute drive, but it's a healthy lake. It's a healthy lake. There's bass, pike, walleye, splake, perch, and bluegill. I've only brought out pike because that's all that was there. Like right where I shore fish from, it's very weedy where the pike's lake. And every time I go down there, I bring up at least one pike that's about 35 centimeters or more. The biggest one was about 45 centimeters. Bring them down, turn them into fish cakes, eat them. I haven't been able to get fishing there recently. I've gone twice this week, but the weather we've had, the hot days and the cold nights, have caused the weeds to really bloom. So you can't really cast out there. You can cast out there, but you're losing your line every time. Yeah, actually, I'm going to be heading into, and again, thank you very much, Ryan. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. It's fantastic, and I appreciate it. But the mosquitoes are now out in force, and I'm starting to get a little bit lightheaded. They're eating me to death. I love you all, but I'm going to head in now. Oh, pike are easy to clean, man. You got me talking about fish now. I like the pike is. I actually don't know the texture of the pike. Pike itself has no flavor. It has a little bit of muddiness to it. Um, I if I'm catching pike, it's not to debone and fry whole. I'm gonna just cut the skin. I'm gonna cut the meat off, leave it on the skin, and scrape the meat off all the bones in like all the way down with my knife. Macerate all the meat till there's nothing left on the skin. Get rid of all the bones that way. Take that pile of meat, throw in some flour, overspice it with like some chili powder, salt, pepper, garlic, and flour. No eggs. Turn them into a fish cake and fry them up. Mortz, you take care. Anyways, yep. Yeah, I use all the meat and even the skin that's left over. I'll take the skin and the head. I will cut off the jaw of it, but leave the head off. I'll throw the head and the skin on the fire, let it roast up, and Moose has got a nice treat there. I give that to my dog. You guys take care. Bye bye. $50.